Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday show. I am Hammer, and I'm joined by my two favorite Wednesday show hosts, Jen T. Maxey.
Hello.
And Terry D. Mantis.
G'day, mate.
Good day, mate. How you doing, Terry?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How about you?
I am well. Jen, how are you doing?
So I'm pretty good, but I'm a little bit better now that I heard Terry say good day, because there's been a commercial non-stop for the last month with a stupid kangaroo.
Yeah.
It's like, if you come to Australia, you can say good day.
I don't know. It does make me laugh to use those cliche Australianisms occasionally.
I'm just glad you survived Alfred.
Oh, the cyclone.
Yeah. We call them hurricanes because we're north of the equator, but they're cyclones for you guys. But it didn't even get near you, did it?
No, nowhere near me.
Yeah.
I think Simic is the one we should be worried about. I think he's much closer to where the cyclone hit, because he was actually saying last week about having to board up his windows and stuff like that. So I think he's the one we need to be worried about.
Yeah, the bearings got hit too.
He's also dealing with a lot of medical shit. I'm like, dude, if you have to leave, just leave.
He'll go down swinging. He's a true wizard.
Before we get into the topics, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody in chat.
Okay. So over on Rumble, we've got JB, we've got T, we've got Jack Gunsky, we've got Kevadan. We've got a lot of conversation. Scrolling. We've got Corsten. Did I miss anyone? One tall person came right at the end. If I missed you, let me know. Oh, JB, I think I mentioned him. Yeah, I think I mentioned everyone. So if I didn't, I'm sorry. But it's hard to pick names out when there's that much conversation.
I timed the music to end just the right time. Go ahead, Jen.
Ready. So we start the night off with Hammer. Hello, Hammer.
Hello.
And we got a Mike. Hi, Mike. And we got a Rutten. Hi, Rutten. And hello, Terry.
Hello.
And we got Jack, and that's early for you, Jack. So
Timed in the stream.
A hi, tall person. Hi, Kevadan. I hope your shift goes all right. Yeah. And that is actually officially it. Hello, everybody.
The tall person is saying the cyclone hit Bering and Sugar Tits, so that's not good.
No. They did videos of it. It didn't do any damage, but it was pretty dark and stormy and stuff like that. According to Bering, Sugar Tits slept through most of it. So it's funny.
My sister is up on the Gold Coast, so it got pretty windy where she is, but never in any danger or anything. But she was posting videos on Facebook of the trees blowing in the wind. It's like, geez, that's a pretty big wind.
Yeah. I can't get a hold of Claudia. Do you know she deleted her Twitter?
I didn't. I haven't been paying attention to her. So
I was talking to Monkey the other day, and I was like, do you know what happened to her? And he's like, why? I was like, because she's not on my DM list anymore. She's just disappeared. If I do a search, I can't find her account anymore. She's just gone.
You check Blue Sky?
And he checked, and he's like, yeah, I don't.
Maybe she went to Blue Sky.
Well, why did she leave Twitter, though? You can go to Blue Sky and still be on Twitter.
Because you and your toxic masculinity kept ruining her Twitter experience.
We used to flirt. We were friends. I know it's hard to understand that, but, because she's such a feminist. I so hate feminists, but
yes,
there was something different about her than the typical feminist. She had the talking points, but she wasn't toxic about it.
She's such a feminist. Her name used to be the Ranting Feminist.
Feminist, yeah.
And then she changed it to Claudia Brown when she came over to Twitter.
But her account wasn't called Claudia Brown, but the name she had was. But I don't remember what her account name was, and now I can't find her. But if someone deletes their account and they're in your DMs, it'll delete it from your DMs. All of the DMs I've had with her are all gone.
Yes, I know.
We used to literally flirt with each other on DM.
It also happens if they deactivate their account, temporarily. Because I know that sometimes Kevadan needs to take a break from Twitter, and then all my DMs with her will just disappear. Even when she comes back, it'll just start from a blank slate again.
Blank slate, yeah.
The only other thing I can think of, and I don't know her well enough to know if she'd ever make this mistake, But if she ever like came out with a complaint against the trans community, she's automatically in the hard turf community, and they will chase off turfs. Like you can see it on Twitter every once in a while. A turf will get into a reasonable argument. Some of them will hold their own. Like there's specific people on Twitter who clearly hold their own, but they will en masse harass feminists who are turf leaning.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I've peeped in a couple times. I've been like, no, you're fucking bullshit.
You can see that with J.K. Rowling. She agrees with the feminists on everything except one thing, and she's the devil for it.
Yep.
So, I mean...
But that's all part of the ideology, is that you must believe everything or you believe nothing.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know that that's what happened there. When I've seen it in action, like, yeah, I can understand some people wanting to take a leave of twatter because...
And...
they're nuts.
Furry Bastard is 1/3 of the way to being correct. He says, I'm from Wales. I'm from New South Wales. So I mean, partial credit, but not quite right. Not quite.
Hi, Batman.
Yes, he did used to be called Batman, but he has changed his name to the Furry Bastard.
Yes, he has. I have to DM him a message.
I'm assuming that YouTube would not allow him to actually use the word bastard, because he's got an apostrophe instead of an A. Or maybe he's just a fan of The New Statesman with Alan Bastard, as played by Rick Mayall. That is another possibility. I don't know if anyone else saw that show, but
I recognize the name, but I haven't seen the show.
The actor Rick Mayall, he played a politician called Alan Bastard. And it was B''STARD. And the whole joke was how horribly corrupt he was.
Dare I read out the topics for tonight?
Why not? Let's play a bit of
make fun of them. First one is egged. That's talking about the prices of eggs, that they're actually going down. I have more data on it, but that's the general topic. What's the second one? Oh, Tariffic. This is where me and Jen start pulling out swords with each other. Canada drops their electricity tariff after Trump calls them. And then Oldsome is Gavin Newsom started a podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have more people watching our podcast than he has watching his.
That is awesome.
But he had Charlie Kirk on, and the Dems are just hating him in a big way. Because basically Charlie beat him on everything. Charlie didn't capitulate to anything. He held Gavin responsible for everything. Gavin got away with nothing.
Yeah.
Charlie ate him up is what it comes down to. And then finally,
on Gavin Newsom's own podcast?
Yeah, on his own podcast.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And
no wonder it didn't do well.
I think I published 3 topics, but I have a 4th topic. It's Crude 10. SpaceX is, well, it's 9 o'clock, so they're probably already done it. At 8:15 or something like that, Falcon 9 Crew 10 took off to go to the ISS to try to get those 2 stranded astronauts back down. They've been up there for 9 months.
Yeah.
So they took up a cosmonaut and 2 American astronauts, and they're going to bring back 3 as well. They're going up with 3 and they're bringing back 3. So they should be there now. If they're not already docked, they should be there, because it doesn't take them more than like 40 minutes to get there. So I'll be watching that after the show's over, because I just love seeing Falcon 9 go off, because he's been doing all this stuff with Starship, which is the big one, big cylinder. Okay. Last 4 or 5 that have been televised have been Starship, which is a huge, like he's like basically putting the Empire State Building in orbit kind of deal. It's huge.
And nothing's going to stop them now.
Yeah, and Falcon 9's the original heavy lifter. In other words, it wasn't designed to do anything except for take something heavy and put it in orbit.
Oh,
it wasn't about size or how many people were going to be on board or any of those things that Starship are going to do. Starship's not designed just to get into orbit. Starship's designed to go to Mars.
Right.
So Starship's like
build this city on rock and roll.
Starship's like got room inside, as opposed to Falcon, which is just a tiny little capsule, and that's it. So
Okay.
so yeah, they should be there. I'll have to. I'm not going to check during the stream, but as soon as we finish tonight, I'm going to watch the launch, because watching Falcon 9 go up is pretty cool, because you get to watch stuff come back.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. No. I mean, hopefully the astronauts back safe and sound. Hopefully, you know, Elon Musk to the rescue.
It's kind of embarrassing at Boeing.
It's very embarrassing for NASA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't NASA that stranded them; it was Boeing that stranded them.
Oh, Boeing then.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it should be very embarrassing for Boeing.
I wonder if any of the astronauts have enough sense of a humor to act out some Fantastic Four memes.
Nah.
At least get some money for it. You know, you're just screwed for the last year.
What got me is they stranded a woman and a man, and what got me is that it's the ISS almost didn't even notice. Like, you can add and subtract people, and the ISS doesn't seem to care. You think they would have issues? Oh, we don't have enough scrubbers to keep the air, or we don't have enough water recyclers. You think you run into problems like that, and the ISS is like, oh, 2 more people, okay. It must be built for like 15, and the most we've ever put up are like 10 or something like that. So it's over engineered, or, you know, overpowered, or whatever word you want to use. So it just made me stop and think. It's like, yeah, they must have planned ahead for something like this. You know, must have been some guy, MIT grad, who's like, what if?
Well, no, I mean, it's a good idea to, you know, fail proof your design. So if something does go wrong, you've got. I just want
to be in that room where some kid from MIT in his 3rd year or something like that says, you know what we should do is we should build it in case someone else, and some guy who's been working there for 30 years says, nah, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that Boeing, I put question marks around Boeing. Like, you know, the Oceanic Titanic, they were
Boeing stranded them. I better check that and make sure.
Well, they were said it sounded right, so I'm pretty sure you are correct.
Well, the Oceanic the sub was using X parts from Boeing too. Like, I know it was repurchased stuff, but I'm like, Boeing, who are you just selling your things to? Who is running your shit?
Was that the one where the guy was controlling it with an Xbox controller?
Yes.
That is so funny.
Like,
that cracks me up. That he's some guy sitting there with an Xbox controller, steering a submarine with it.
I feel so bad for that 19-year-old. Like, him being on that thing had to have been him being like, well, goodbye, life.
Yeah.
Love my dad. Love my dad.
Well, from what I heard, it should have been a pretty quick death.
Yeah.
It was the Boeing. Yeah, I was right. Boeing Starliner was the ship that stranded them.
I just associate space with NASA, so
yeah. Well, I mean, the ISS is NASA, and the people who went up are NASA astronauts.
Right. Okay. So there's a Boeing spacecraft that. Okay.
Yeah. The problem was micrometeorites hit the hull and put tiny little holes in them.
That sounds bad.
It was just not supposed to happen. So
I would hope not.
So
those are speed holes. They make the spaceship go faster.
Yeah. There's no air resistance that way. The air goes right in and right back out again. Yeah, so I'm excited. I just kind of looked at the news and it said that it was successful. So apparently they're back home already.
Well, that's good.
I'm still looking forward to watching it. Yeah. That's one thing that really wows me about where we are. There's a lot of technology out there, the internet, and, you know, I remember using a 9600 baud modem, you know, kind of deal, and wow, I can dial up and talk to somebody in, you know, Australia or whatever. And now I got gigabit download speeds and shit like that. It's like this technology has just moved ahead so quickly. I'm old man. I'm struggling to keep up half the time. But when I saw those 2 rockets come back to Earth and land simultaneously, I was like, what's even happening? How is this even a thing? How can this possibly be real? I just could not comprehend watching those 2 came down. They just sat down and it's like power went off and then they were there. And I was like, that's amazing.
Cool. Yeah.
So, and now he's catching the Starliner out of the air. He's catching not Starliner, Starship. He's catching the Starship out of the air on a huge robot platform that squeezes the top and keeps it from landing on the ground.
Well, sadly, I only know 2 Starship songs, so I can't keep making that.
It's just crazy.
It also makes me wonder how they do afterwards, because I think one of the things that they do study is how long we are able to be out in space without it actually causing problems. You know, because you are in an entirely different atmosphere from Earth's gravity. It can cause long-term problems. So like the more they create ships and things that are better able to carry us in the first place, I don't doubt they're going to be checking in on those people to see, hopefully, that they're okay.
Well, they're going to have a problem coming back after being up there for 9 months, because the human body expects to have gravity, and when you don't have gravity, all kinds of really bad things happen to you.
Well, I imagine it'd be something like, I know it's a different thing, but like you don't just come out of the ocean without like spending some time in a tank, depending on how deep you went, you know, because your brains will explode.
No, but like adjusting to the lack of gravity and then coming back to full gravity is definitely going to
they can't walk. Have you ever seen them come back after long periods of time? They can't walk. They're on stretchers.
I've heard that, but I haven't seen it for myself.
No matter how much exercise you do, you can't. Your exercise does not really do anything to the bones. The bones are going to atrophy. It's just the way it is. So until they can create artificial gravity,
like once you reduce the amount of weight being put on those bones, they're going to wither.
So after 9 months, not expecting to be up there any more than a week. They've been up there for over 9 months. Actually, their bodies are going to spend at least a week in a hospital.
Like that was my first thought. Is like, goodness, how what's the longest a person's been up there for? I'm like, I can't think of somebody being there for longer than a year. I don't know space travel that well. But yeah.
Mike's asking me on YouTube, did I get a new CPU? No. Something wrong?
Maybe he's noticing some sort of difference in the statistics on the right-hand side of the screen. Maybe he noticed something unusual. And Furry Bastard is saying, can he join in on this? We don't really do guests, like certainly not spontaneously. So maybe talk to Hammer. Maybe you can get in on
a British guest.
Who wants to? Who's wanting to join?
The Furry Bastard is Batman.
Oh, Batman.
Yes.
Yeah. He's one of our English friends.
He qualifies.
Letting him know that he can't get in on this stream because we tend to have our guests planned in advance and they're fairly infrequent. But he's welcome to talk to you after the stream.
Yeah, if you're going to be around next week, let me know. Let me know that you want to get on next week's show, and I'll definitely set my OBSs up so that they can deal with 4 people. We had some problems. I got a new OBS yesterday, or actually today. It came out yesterday, but I didn't start OBS up until today, and it did an update, and it screwed a lot of things. So it's still not right. I'm looking at the Rumble screen and the avatar between me and Jen. You can see a little red line there. And it's not, I mean, those things would not bother Terry, but they drive me crazy.
Yeah.
By the way,
I wouldn't notice them.
So yeah, every time there's another update to OBS, my configuration is so specific to how we're pulling data in that, just sneezing near the configuration and it fucking loses its mind. So, but if you want to be here, if you're going to be here next week, just hit me up on Twitter and I'll make sure I have everything in place so you can join the stream. That's not a problem.
Gunsky says you hate Americans, which is true.
Yeah, I generally don't do Americans.
I can help with hooking you up to Batman because I chat with him quite a bit on Discord. So, if he needs a link to the stream or something, I can do that.
That is a facilitator.
It's not that Hammer hates Americans. I think he just wants this to be more of an international show.
No, I hate Americans.
Yeah,
you're right.
a lot of our guests have been English, so we've had Spud on, we've had Wondering Lisa.
Yep.
So it kind of makes sense that someone not from the United States, probably also not from Australia or Canada, since those countries are already represented. But
I'd really like to have somebody on from like Japan who spoke English. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. The whole idea was to bring topics and to have people from different perspectives discuss them. That was the whole point of it.
The only one I know is somebody that Satsu hangs out with, and I think her name is Lumi. And she's pretty. Yeah, she's pretty cute. Yeah.
Where's she from?
She is. I got mixed understanding of this. So she is living in the U.S., but she's from Japan. So she does speak some Japanese. Her dad speaks Japanese. She and Satsu talk about anime a lot when he plays games, and they play games together sometimes.
A person from Japan talking about anime?
No, never.
Can't be. Can't be.
But Satsu likes to talk about their food a lot too, so sometimes she helps him with some of the recipes.
Oh well, yeah, because he's a chef, certified chef. So yeah, I can imagine having that in common. But yeah, I always wanted to do like deep dives instead of doing news of the day kind of stuff that we've been doing ever since the show started. I kind of wanted to bring up big topics and then spend a whole hour on a topic. Although we've never gotten around to doing something like that, we've always had the latest news and controversy and stuff like that. But I would like to do a whole night on like guns, or do a whole night on like abortion, that kind of stuff.
Well, it's like right now, like if you were to talk to a Japanese person, I would absolutely be talking to them about the Assassin's Creed game.
I'd be talking to them about BDS is what I would be talking to them about.
Well, that too, because they're the reason we have Rule 34.
Or not BDS. That's not the right term. It's the 4B movement. That's what I was thinking of.
I think that's Korea.
Yeah, but I'm sure they would have an opinion on it.
Oh yeah, they'd have an opinion. I'm just saying. I think you'd want a Korean if you wanted someone in the culture that spawns
in the trenches, you might say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I suppose as far as topics, I defended the free market on Twitter because everyone's been complaining that the next Grand Theft Auto game is going to cost $100 US, and like, it's their game. They can charge whatever the fuck they want for it. If they want to charge $1 million for the game, have fun.
Yeah, just don't buy it.
Yeah, if you are unwilling or unable to spend $100 on a video game, then don't. that is absolutely within your rights to just not buy the game that is overpriced.
I think and I had this conversation with different guys who play that game. And I know a lot of people are pulling away from doing the monthly stuff. I think for a lot of these big games, a lot of people are planning to try them out first now instead of just purchasing them, because you're not wrong. Like, if you don't want to purchase something for $100, absolutely don't. But if you know that you can get something for a month for like $8 and it gives you a chance to try it out, and you're like, no, this is woke as shit. They fucked up my game.
Yeah. I mean, there is so many games that you are absolutely fine to not play one particular game. It's like, if you're a huge fan of Grand Theft Auto, I promise you, there are 100 games that are similar to Grand Theft Auto that you can get for a tenth of the price if you go on Steam.
Before this
they will exist.
Before this rolls off my screen, Keyradam said, "My voice is too androgynous."
What's that?
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on in chat, but
well, we're talking. We were talking about guests, and she's saying that her voice is androgynous.
But I have to disagree. I don't think her voice is even remotely androgynous. I've heard her talk to her kitties on the shorts that she does, and that's a girl. No, I mean, definitely a girl.
My voice is androgynous. I'm always mistaken for a woman.
I could see it because you told me it, but it never would have occurred to me if you hadn't said it to me. You sound like a guy to me.
The very first time I was on Minions, Deco D said, heard my voice and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I always thought you were a man." And then when I clarified that, no, I am a man, he was even more embarrassed. Which I thought was funny.
Yeah. I don't have a particularly keen ear, but I can usually pick out gender pretty good, even with women who have a low voice.
Yeah, I mean, when I was working and someone returned my call, they'd always say, "Oh, is Mrs. Diamantis there?" Just routine. It happened so often. If it was someone who didn't know me, because like when I was working with the Honda dealerships, I would know the dealers personally, like because I spoke to them every day, they would know that I was a guy. But if it was like a customer that was talking to me for the first time, and then they had to call me back, they'd always ask for Mrs. or Ms. Diamantis. It's just every time.
Everdam, you have an open invitation to the show anytime you want to come on.
And there you go. Look, Lisa in chat is saying it took her some time to realize I was a guy. Yeah, no, it happens all the time. I have lived with this for my entire life. I am not surprised that people had that reaction. I think Cynic was saying that he thought I was a tranny. As a transistor radio, I mean,
how you shipped your car with a tranny?
Yes, I was that way inclined based on my voice.
I don't get it, to be honest with you. I mean, like I said, if I just heard you talking, I would have assumed you were a guy.
Yeah. I think typically, if someone knows I'm a guy, they like before they hear my voice, they know I'm a guy. They can't hear me as a woman. Like my mum can't for the life of me understand why anyone would think I sound like a girl. But if you hear my voice like in a vacuum and you have no idea whose voice it is, a lot of people do assume female.
To answer Tier, all the hosts for Minions are all open to being on the show at any time they want. Except if you're broadcasting on the Minions, if you're Kefki or Harry or whoever, and you have a night and you're a broadcaster, you're always welcome to the show. But what I do tell people is try not to be on the show, because you're already doing a night, then you're going to be a guest on with me. Terry's a little different. He can be on a show every night of the week, and he doesn't seem to have any negative effects to that. But I've had people burn out from going on other people's shows on a regular basis. Prospero is one of them. I think.
Well, I wouldn't say I burnt out, but I did burn out on certain streams. Like, there's a reason that I had to drop some of the streams I was doing, is because I was just like, no, I can't do this anymore. So like I don't do TUES stream anymore. I think there might have been something else. I can't even remember. But no, I have dropped my my streaming. I only stream like 3 times a week now.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
4. I think it's 4.
I don't go on anyone else's stream on Minions. I'm sure Sang would be happy to have me,
Of course.
But I don't do that because I got my night. I'm gonna do my night, and that's good. I don't want to burn out, because then I'm not doing my night either.
Yeah.
So
I make it a point to not join everybody's stream, because I don't want I don't necessarily want to be that greedy about it, but
you're on 2, right?
I will yeah, I am now officially on 2, because I like that Kefki has at least somebody who's consistently around.
I'm a little jelly with you and Kefki. She's so adorable.
I know, she's great. I love working with her. I mean, she does have little anxiety moments, and that's why I like having at least somebody around that she's at least, I would prefer it would be Blue, but like he's just not capable of being around because his job has boned him. But it's just so she has like a consistent voice, or at least somebody who can help her walk through anything if she's struggling with it. Because sometimes, as well as anybody else, that OBS will decide what it wants to do at any given time.
True.
So at least then she has somebody, and like if she did have problems, I could easily get a hold of somebody else who can help her out. So it's that consistency.
Yeah, me and Harry, right? And I guess Quiz, if he's available, would help. So there's people.
Yep. I've even gotten Eve on a couple of times, like, and she's busy, like
right.
she's got her job, but there's been a few times where I'm like, Eve, I can't pull anyone in because I don't want any mod powers on Discord, and I stand by that.
And, I don't know if I said hi to Six, but hello to the next 6 minutes in chat. He was saying that he's been unable to play games, so there haven't been any Nice Hikes streams. So that is true. We'll have to get back to those when you're able to play games again.
I just like visiting people on occasion. I just don't want to visit every time. Like I'll count a Discord, and maybe that's a little bit creepy, but it's just to make sure, like if you've got 3 or 4 people, absolutely, I'll see if I can jump in. But like if you've gone over like 6 people, I will not.
Yeah.
I will not. Because I do think there's a little bit too many people at once.
Yeah. I think it also depends on the format of the stream. Like 8 people is a lot, but it made sense for Quippers United because there was enough downtime where people were like writing the answers that if you had something you wanted to say, you could just wait until the downtime and then say it. Whereas if it's something like tier stream, where like it's just like people talking and there's no structure or format, then it tends to get very chaotic very quickly, and I don't like that.
A good host helps that too, because a good host will try to get people involved who are not talking.
There's that, and some people just naturally have a way of being okay in a big group. Like, some groups do manage to figure out, okay, we have to take turns with talking, but that's time and work with a group. Most random people on the internet absolutely do not have that ability.
No, God, no. It's very, very rare to find someone who does have the ability to like manage that many people. Like,
I admire people who can. Like, if you can do it, like, wow, that's a great stream, but not everyone can do that. So, and not everybody. Sorry, Terry, I keep doing that to you, but that's actually part of what I was going to get to is, the years of working with you, Terry, I've learned to shut up when you're starting.
Yeah. No, I think that is a big problem, especially because I think there's a bit of a delay just from me being in Australia. So I have noticed that on a lot of streams, like I'll recognize their silence and start to talk, but then by the time my voice reaches everyone else, someone else has already started talking because they also noticed silence. And so I keep getting cut off, and basically why I stopped doing tier stream is like, it wasn't worth it. I was just never getting to talk, and I gave up.
You also come across as somebody who doesn't naturally go out of their way to raise their voice unless you have to. And I don't like doing that to a person in the first place. So like with time and working with you, I learned to wait for the pauses a little bit.
Yeah, for me, it's it'd have to be something fairly important for me to like demand to be heard. Like if I start talking and someone cuts me off, I'm like, no, well, I guess they didn't want to hear what I had to say. No.
There's a certain talent to being a guest on a show, knowing when to talk, how long to talk, that kind of stuff. Yeah. You learn that as you get experience. I try not to get into a long rambling thing because nobody else can talk while I'm doing that.
Yeah. You don't want to take over the stream. I mean, that's just inconsiderate.
Yeah. But that's why 3 is, I think, a good number.
It is, yeah. I think 3 or 4 is a good number. I wouldn't want to go much higher than that unless it was something like the corner where we're like reading articles and like the
nobody's talking
on the article, or something like Quippers where we have a game that we're all engaged in, more than just a conversation.
Yeah.
And the real talent is actually doing it yourself. Like the people who really do outshine in terms of streams are the people who can host on their own.
Yes,
because that's actually really difficult.
It is. Is it? I'm not a host. I cannot host.
It's carrying the conversation by yourself for the entire time, and knowing that you're engaging in it with the chat. And
well, that's an easy out for you, is just talk to chat.
Yeah.
So.
I like talking to chat. I try and do it as much as I can because I know I get annoyed if I'm in chat and the people on stream don't even acknowledge that I'm there. So like, if I can, I'll read stuff from the chat that catches my eye. Like, you don't want the whole stream to be nothing but reading chat, but
Yeah.
if someone says something that catches my eye, I do want to try and let it be recognized that I'm paying attention.
I need to get into the rhythm of talking to people in the chat more often, because I'm running the stream and I got all my screens are all full of all kinds of crap. So sometimes it's hard for me to concentrate on what's going on in chat. So, and speaking of which, music poll is out.
It is.
And tonight is F. Usually we pick a band and we do 4 songs, but there aren't any bands that begin with F that we haven't already done already. We did Foreigner and we did Fleetwood Mac. So there's no real band that has 4 songs that everybody would kind of recognize. So just went with the letter F and picked 4 bands that have basically one-hit wonders.
I think you could have gone Foo Fighters. I think enough people would know 4 songs by the Foo Fighters. But I mean, I'm happy with this option as well. I think it broadens the variety considerably once you run out of like big name bands. Yeah.
So 4 bands tonight: Fear Factory, Cars. That's actually a remake. Yeah, Gary Newman. And actually, if you watch the video from on Rumble tonight, Gary Newman's guest appears in that.
Yes, he does.
So it's pretty cool to see him again. It looks good. And then Fountains of Wayne, Stacy's Mom, it's got it going on. Fine Young Cannibals, Good Thing. And then finally Feist, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And Kiri saying the Fuggies. I know 0 songs by the Fuggies, but I mean, maybe others like them more than I do. And maybe they do have 4 popular songs. I don't know.
They probably
Well, where is the band?
Yes, I've heard of the Fugees, to use their incorrect pronunciation.
I didn't actually finish preparing for the show either, and you would think I would have because I had so much extra time. But I'm going to have to run whatever song wins through UVR, Ultimate Voice Remover, because I forgot to do that for all 4 songs. So whoever wins, I'm going to have to do this on the fly.
And,
oopsie.
Green Badger Outdoors thinks he should have chosen Self-Immolation as the Fear Factory song.
Okay. It's the only one I had. I just grabbed 4 songs off my hard drive with artists that began with the letter F. That's where that came from.
Yes.
So
I think Green Badger's tastes in music run significantly heavier than yours do.
Yeah.
Given the suggestions he keeps making in chat, I think there will not be a lot of his recommendations that will be suitable for
the things that I think are extremely heavy are not heavy enough for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, Rammstein, that's really heavy, and he's like, oh man, it's child's play. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think I can recognize that like Rammstein is heavier, or like on the heavier side of rock, but no, they're not. I wouldn't consider them a heavy band compared to like some of the other stuff out there.
That's about as far as I can do. I can. What's his face has a couple of songs. Marilyn Manson. Then I can reach that, but I can't get much past that. It starts to get to be just screaming into a microphone. I can't do that.
I think Guitar Hero opened my musical tastes considerably, because the first time I listened to Slayer, it was just noise, but I wanted to get 5 stars on Raining Blood, so I played it a lot, and eventually it grew on me. And it's like, actually, I can recognize the bits of this song that are different, and like I started to like them. It's like, no, this is actually good once you adjust your sensibilities to, receive what they're trying to put out. It is actually a very good song. It's just, if you're unfamiliar with the genre, it is just going to be noise.
Yeah. I didn't listen to anything to do with what's her face, Taylor Swift. It's just because Jen likes her. That's the only reason I hear her, because she plays her, and I've gotten to like her song. Not this Jen, but my Jen, the other Jen.
No, your Jen.
Yeah, that Jen.
And
thanks, Derek.
Saying, if you want heavy, listen to bands from Norway, Sweden, and Finland. Scandinavia is known for very heavy heavy metal. Yeah. And Johnny says Flogging Molly. I only know one song by Flogging Molly, but I do like it.
Okay. Poor Molly.
Yes.
So we have a leader.
Quite a commanding lead last time I checked.
Yeah, still a commanding lead. Everybody hates Feist.
Yeah, so it seems.
It's a shame. I think she's cute. Of course, I'm biased, but
yeah,
I'm going to end it early because I have to go out and do some work on the song to get it
playable.
To get it so that there's a version without voice.
Right.
So I have it for the end of the show, so I still have to do that. But I'll give another couple minutes.
I don't think the result is going to change even if you left it running, so it should be fine to end it.
Yeah, it's 13 votes. You're right. You're right. Let's go ahead and edit. I didn't get the vote. Onion Cannibals. Good thing. I'll check and see if I actually have the song. I do have the video. I don't know if I have the actual song though.
Yeah. I mean, the song is called Good Thing. It tells you, like, vote for this. It is a good thing.
I don't think I actually have it. I'm going to have to go out and get it.
Wow.
I know. I'm bad. Good.
Can you just... Oh, no, you didn't have the whole video. You just had the snippet. Right?
I have the whole video. Because
you could probably just... oh, yeah, you got to take the voices out. That's right.
Yeah, I don't have Good Thing. I have to go get it. I have Drives Me Crazy, but I don't have Good Thing. I wonder if there's a way for me to take the voice out of the video and save the music from the video. I wonder if there's a way to do that. And yeah, I can, because I could take the audio out of the video and turn it into just straight audio. It's probably easier to get it off the internet, but I could probably do that. Yeah. I could probably strip it out of the video. Yeah, I could definitely do that. I could definitely do that with DaVinci Resolve. Will allow me to strip it out.
Cool.
And then I can run it through UVR. I wonder if you try to run a... I wonder if you try to...
Duncan is still sulking. He says, you should remove my vote at Reeks of America. So he's still a bit upset.
I wonder if you can just fire up UVR and just throw the video at it, see what it does.
Worth a try?
I'm gonna try it. It's probably gonna laugh at me and call me names.
Yeah.
I did save the video, right? I didn't delete the video.
Oh,
this is gonna be fun now. I'm not sure where I'm at. It would be in my music. That's what UVR is. I gotta find it. It's gotta be in... I was such a rush to get this done that I didn't really pay attention to where I save things. I'm not seeing the video anywhere. Videos, DaVinci? Nope. I must have deleted them. All right, I guess I'll just have to go get it. Not a big deal.
And Johnny's counting down till the next time we get a copyright strike.
Yeah, we've been fairly lucky. Mostly it's just claims, if anything. What I've been doing...
Bad.
Yeah, what I've been doing is, as soon as the stream ends, I give like maybe 2 or 3 seconds to YouTube, and then I get another like 8 to 10 seconds to Rumble. So if you're listening on the Rumble side, you'll hear the songs much longer than you would hear on YouTube, because YouTube will punish me, but I mean, I can play everything on the Rumble side, and they don't give a shit. Good thing. Fine Young Cannibals. Fine Young.
I think it's funny that you've lost the song, because literally, good thing, where have you gone?
Well, there it is. All right, so I've got it. Sorry, I'm taking up time here. But I probably should have done this before.
That is one way to stretch out a 10-minute video there.
All right, convert to MP4. Let's see if it'll do this. It's not going to be like anything great quality or anything like that, but please wait while the file is being prepared for downloading.
There you go.
2%, 4%, 6%, 8, 10. This utility usually goes 1493. It usually just goes right over. I told it to pick the best quality. I probably shouldn't have done that because
right.
maybe I can just grab a MP3 instead.
Kate says she can't upload on Rumble, so I'm not sure what the issue there is. But
you can't.
I can't upload on anything.
Really?
Well, I mean, I probably could if I spent time trying to figure out how.
You can't upload onto Rumble? Can you live stream? Because there are two different things on Rumble.
I will wait for Kevin to reply. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how to do anything. I get an invitation and talk into a microphone. This is my streaming ability. That's it.
I've never tried to upload anything on Rumble. All right, so I got the thing. Fire up UVR. And start processing. Yes, I can run 2 streams and run UVR at the same time.
Excellent.
Where's it put the video? Puts it in. Damn, I can't see it. It's too small. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
And, oh. It's in. Music UVR. All right. I'll be able to find it at least. And my computer is not even aware that I'm doing it. I'm looking at the processing power and it's hasn't changed. It's still like 45%. Nothing changed. It must be pretty easy for UVR to pull out what it needs to pull out.
I guess so, yeah. I never actually look at how my computer is handling different things. I just assume it's doing fine. Oh, someone's at the door.
Okay, music, UVR folder. Look at that. It worked.
Yee.
It's funny. I went to the music UVR 5 folder and all the videos are there. I was looking for them and couldn't find them. And they're all sitting right there because I didn't look in that directory. Crazy.
No, it was a cleaner, so I think they just wanted to clean the inside of the building. It's not my cleaner, so I don't know why they rang my bell, but there you go.
You answered. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't from home.
I stripped out the voice from Good Thing, and it saved the file in a directory. I went to the directory, and all 4 of the videos were there.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think it really was saving much time. So, but I interrupted you guys. You were talking about something else when I stopped you and talked about this stuff. What were you talking about?
I have no idea. I kind of been that important.
Well, we got 15 minutes left. You want to pick up something from the topics list?
Sure. I say the tariffs because I find the tariffs amusing.
Oh, me and Jen are gonna get into it now.
I don't think so.
It's America versus Canada.
That's for Ontario. Sunday.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like if you were to go and talk to people in Alberta, most of us would tell you that we're just like backing away from all of it.
Well, I gotta be careful here because I want to be an American, you know. So my first thing is going to be like, you Canada can't stand up to us. We're so much bigger and stronger and faster and better. But I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings either.
I mean, that's basically true, though. I mean, if Canada is trying to,
I love Canada.
If Canada wants to try and strong arm the USA, it's out of its mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a stupid idea, and even that Pierre Poilievre or whatever his name is was saying that be strong against Trump and they tariff us, we tariff them back. Good luck with that.
Yeah, they've all kind of lost the plot with that one. Like a lot of the things that they claim that they want to threaten you guys with would backlash on us like instantaneously. And it's not just the threat of invasion, like the stuff that they want to do.
Ford backed down, though, didn't he? Didn't he say, "Oh, we're not going to turn off your electricity"? So.
Well, yeah, because he would the output that we sell to you, if we didn't sell it to you, would cause us to like it would cause them problems.
Well, you don't really sell us that much. You're only selling us 3%. So basically, we could say, well, okay, well, we just won't take any of it. And that'll be into that. So
it is a lot of them being like they're trying to puff it up and make it sound like they're big and tough, and there is an election that's going to be happening soon, but like they're losing all of us. Like the amount of people here that have gone from being no, this is a joke, to being like maybe we should like ask, just take us, because like this is craziness.
Well, I got to a talking point with somebody in Twitter about this, who I don't think actually was from Canada. There was nothing in their profile that said anything, but they said that they lived in Canada, but they wouldn't tell me what province. Okay. You always got to wonder if, do you know the difference between a province and a state? Anyway. And they were like, well, you can't do anything to us. And this is, and they're very, like you said, they were very puffing themselves up like they're bad guys. And I was like, dude, you have 211 L2 Leopard tanks. That's what you have as a ground force. We have 4,670 Abrams.
Slight difference.
I'm not sure if you want to be. No, we don't. Yes, you do. Go look. Go to Google and ask Google, and he'll tell you.
It's the same reason that China wouldn't ever invade you. Just the general populace alone could fuck over Canada. Just with guns.
There's more guns here than there are people.
Like
everybody's got 2 guns, one for each head.
Like who's going to defend us? Our cops? Like, oh, okay. Like we don't have that many guns up here. Most people who have guns usually need them because they live on farmland, or there is the odd gun enthusiastic and hunter.
Trudeau got rid of them all.
No, he didn't. But he did do a lot of damage. Yeah. No, we still have people with guns. He couldn't move that because of the natives.
So the natives can have guns.
Yes, because they aren't connected to the Canadian government directly. They're protected by right now it's the king. It used to be the queen. It's taken me a little bit to fix my lingo, but yeah, by their own treaties with us, they're protected by the queen. So no, he can't just force them to do shit.
It's and I think it's backwards, isn't it the cowboys that have guns and the Indians have the bows and arrows?
I think the same would be true here. I would think that people on the reservations in the United States, Native Americans, who are not really native, but we call them Native Americans, I think they're falling into the same thing where we can't tell them what to do.
A lot of them still kind of live off the land. Not everybody. Like, I can't speak for every fucking tribe. Like, that's retarded. But a lot of them still kind of live off the land, which means they hunt to feed their families.
It says even the people who claim to hate guns have guns. That's America.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of need a gun.
I hate guns. How many do you have? 4. Okay.
Well, I mean, Six is laughing at the idea that you would only have 2.
It's also like the reality is if you own a farm and that farm has animals on it, you have a gun.
Yeah,
you have a gun.
You have to protect the animals from predators.
Yeah.
I just saw this. There's a YouTube video or channel I watched called Wild Wonderful Off Grid or something like that. Wild Wonderful Offline, Off Grid, something like that. And they have sheep and horses and chickens and all that kind of stuff. And one of their sheep got killed, and he got his gun out with a scope on it and then sat there overnight. And he would stay up all night watching for it. Then she would watch during the day, and he would sleep. And a couple of nights, and they got him. They killed him.
Yes, I mean, you got to
have to
stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. So Anyway.
I mean, you probably also have to kill the animals to make food out of them as well. So you need a gun for that.
Well, they sell their animals to get money to buy food. So they raise them and feed them and all that kind of stuff. Then they sell them, and they don't actually do the slaughtering themselves.
Like, the only thing I could think of is I could see them putting an animal down. Like, if there was something seriously wrong and,
Sure.
you know, getting it to a vet is actually going to cause more harm to an animal, I could see them still putting things down. But that's meant to be merciful.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The tough part about this is they have 3 kids, 2 older boys and a younger girl, and she's a girl. So if you has a baby and a calf, she has a tendency to name them and hug them. And
Okay, yeah.
Well,
what happened is
I can understand that they have their own charm, but I would never trust a bull. I've been watching too many videos where the farmer owns the bull likes the farmer. Doesn't matter if the bull's in a bad mood, it just swings its head once.
The problem with that they found out was she got close to a couple of them, of the lambs, and she named one Lily.
Oh.
And Lily was the one that got killed by the wolf.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why you don't do that.
Right. So there was a little bit of trauma there, and they had to explain to her what happened and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a young age to learn life and death, you know. But
yeah.
I actually had a video today get me crying.
Uh-oh.
And it actually shocked me because I didn't think
softy.
it would. No, it wasn't that. This dad and his daughter, and I don't know what app they used, it aged him 25 years. And I think his daughter looked like she was between like maybe 11 and 12. And like by the time he looked like he was 85, she was in tears. And I was just like, oh, I get that. Girls are really bad at expressing themselves to their dads. They either get really soppy and make him upset because they're too soppy. But no, the idea of your dad getting old terrorizes most girls.
Yeah. I mean, if they're close to their father, sure.
Instantly made me teary-eyed. I'm like, oh, that was a good video.
That's why I've been playing Phoenix Wright. Nearly every character's parents are all dead. No matter how young they are, most of their parents are dead.
I blame Disney.
There's an 8-year-old girl. Her mother tries to set up the 8-year-old girl to murder her cousin. It's like, doesn't care how much that's going to traumatize the 8-year-old girl. Fuck it. I want this cousin dead, and I'm going to use my 8-year-old daughter to do it. So yeah, no fathers, barely any mothers. Characters are nicely traumatized and have no one to complain to.
I have a farm, but it was a corn farm. It was an agricultural farm. It didn't have any animals on it. So when I bought it, there was just dead corn stalks everywhere. So I didn't have to worry about, animals and all that kind of stuff. So I was kind of lucky.
Right. Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I think, I just assumed that if you had a farm, like, obviously I know they sell the animals, but I assumed they would kill some for their own use, just as like, well, I like beef too. Like,
they have cows,
but the cow right here.
Yeah, they have cows, but their cows are for milk, and their chickens are for eggs. They don't eat them. You know, if they procreate, they sell them.
Let's say they have 10 cows that are beef cows. I just assumed we'll sell 9.
I think they only have
we'll have beef for a week.
Yeah, I think they only have 3 or 4. They make money off of pregnant lambs or ewes and stuff like that.
I do know that there's a lot of money in the breeding. So if you've got a really good bull, then people will pay you good money to let that bull have its way with their cows because it's good breeding stock. But
I don't think it's their main income when it comes to money because they own a restaurant called the Wild Roots Cafe, that seems to be making a lot of money. It's every time they show them going there, the place is like packed, completely packed. And then they also have a online candle business where they just sell candles online, that kind of stuff. So they got multiple sources of income.
I think it's just generally a good idea.
Well, they're just over what's the word I'm looking for? Overachievers. You know, all these things going, it's crazy.
Well, when I think of the difference between like lambs and goats and cows, it has to do with the milk. If you're killing off younger animals, chances are you've just had more boys in that litter. Because and I know it's a hard fact of life to hear. You don't need as many boys in farmland as you need females.
No, you have one guy, one stud, and all the rest are just baby machines.
It's that reminds me of one of the dumbest things I saw on Twitter, where like there was this brand of milk that actually put the names of the cows that provided the milk, and it's like someone was like, "Notice how they're all female." It's like,
yes,
yeah.
If it was bull's milk, I wouldn't drink it.
That's funny.
Are they drinking bull's milk? Because I'd be asking them.
Bulls don't make milk.
That's not milk. You might want to try that.
Ew. And with that wonderful ending, we should probably get out of here.
Yes, it is.
But quickly. You guys don't have anything else, do you?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Music. All right. Thanks, fam, as always, for chatting with us tonight. If you can't wait for the next Wednesday show, remember, the Minions are live every evening except Tuesdays, with most shows starting around 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 7 days a week. Host and start times are linked in the description down below. Don't forget about the Rumble pre-show. Don't know if I'm going to do the video thing again. That was a lot of work, but it was kind of cool to do it once. I'm thinking we'll go back to just doing audio again. I miss
fair enough.
AI Natalie or Natasha, whatever her name was. But that show story at stream starts generally a half an hour before YouTube. We'll be back next Wednesday, as usual, 9 o'clock. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again next week. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a great night, guys.